Amy Posner here today, and I want to talk to you today about getting prospects and having a marketing and prospecting pipeline. Okay, so I say this all the time. I know it gets boring and gets repetitive, but if you don't promote yourself, you are not going to eat as well as the person who is equally good at their craft and promotes themselves on the regular and people know about. So people need to know about you in order for you to get work. And I have done a lot of different kind of prospecting over the years, including cold prospecting, which I have done myself quite successfully and taught others to do successfully. I honestly believe that the long-term play is authority building. It's much better to have inbound and have people coming to you than it is, to be going outbound looking for people. First, you want to choose a niche where people buy what you sell and where people have budget. And if you don't know, if you're not sure about niching and you happen to be a copywriter, I have a document on 6 different lucrative niches and what to expect in each one. And if you email me, I will happily send that to you. It's amy@amyposner.com is my email address. So you want to craft an authority piece. Now, I want to say this to you, no matter whether you're brand new in your profession or you've been there for a decade, I know what crops up for people is like the fear of what they're going to say. So I just want to assure you that your prospects and clients don't need to hear a new thing or necessarily a new twist on a thing. They need to hear your opinion on the thing. Right? It doesn't matter if I'm thinking about that and I'm writing about it. They're not looking at me. They're looking at you to hire. And if they don't see an opinion or a thought piece by you, they might just pass you by. So authority, getting in front of the audience or the market that you want to do business with. So you want to find out where they hang out. Where do they hang out online? What groups are they part of? What do they read? There may not be one thing, there may be many things. Like say there are industry specific publications. Can you write something about copywriting? For example, if you're a copywriter for that profession, if you're a web designer, could you write something about the key elements of web design for attorneys, plumbers, B Corps, fill in the blank? And you can create content in all kinds of different media, right? There's podcasting, there's videos, there's writing, there's blog posts, there's articles. It's not a bad idea to try and get published in a print magazine. Forbes, Fortune, Smart Money, Wired, all of these places where your audience might be hanging out. And then think, like, what do they attend? Are they going to online summits? Are they reading certain blogs? Are they following certain people? How can you connect with them? And put on your strategy hat. But what can you write that's meaningful, that shares your viewpoint and gets in front of that audience? Really important to have at least one or two of those pieces out there that you can refer to. Now, the thing to bear in mind is what you want to do over time, whether you're cold prospecting, you're authority building and people are coming to you, or they're coming to download something on your site, which is ideal because it enables you to list build. What you want to remember is that that's the goal. The goal is having people who are interested in what you offer, who have varying levels of interest at that given moment. Maybe they have a project that's like pressing and they need it right now, or maybe they don't need something for 3 months, but in 3 months, they're going to really need someone to do this project. What you want to do is make sure that you are getting out consistently with a message that actually delivers value to your audience. Now, again, I'm going to say to you, it doesn't have to be earth-shattering. It doesn't have to be a brand new twist on something, but it needs to be your viewpoint. Like as an example, I have a piece on my site called Copy That Closes. And what it does is it talks about my marketing viewpoint and talks about some copy points and why you do things like this or like that, and why voice of customer matters and that sort of thing. And so when somebody reads it, what they know is that I've got some experience in this. I have a viewpoint. I just talk about things that give them a sense of who I am. I also want to just talk briefly about social media, because you may be thinking, well, why do I need a list? I've got, I'm real active on social and I have a big social media following. The thing about social is great. It is such a fantastic way to get out in front of people and to be able to do it quickly. But the problem is you're seen or you're not, right? If you do it a lot and you work with the algorithms, there's ways that you can do more to get seen on social. But the thing about it is it's not a consistent platform and you don't own it. Obviously, you don't own the platform, but you don't own the list. The people that follow you, they'll see some things, they won't see others. However, if you offer your followers something of real value that they go and exchange their email address for, now you have an interested person that you can talk to in a very specific way. You can actually bring them through a journey of your choosing, because now it's not like, oh, I'm seeing your post today and I'll see another next week and another tomorrow and another the day after that, not another for 2 weeks. It'll get me much more connected to you in a much more consistent way. And so I have to admit that I neglected my list for a long time. And it's probably my only real regret in business was that I just sort of blew that off and didn't build one, because there's nothing for it but time, right? You can't build any faster than you can build. Sure, there's some strategies to, do some big efforts and get some names on your list. But generally speaking, it's something that you do organically and consistently over time. And so the sooner you start that, the better, because having an audience that you're talking to and who knows about you and what you're doing, it builds the know, like, and trust. It builds credibility. And so when they're ready to use when they need to hire the skills and talents that you possess, it's a very, very likely that they will contact you. And so I just want to encourage you to start doing this. Start at whatever level you can. I mean, even if you're not on social, pick one platform and start posting. Post once a week. Move to posting once a day, but get yourself out there in front of people, because nobody can hire the person that they don't know about. And, I know it can feel really uncomfortable sometimes to be, blowing your own horn, so to speak, but it's really necessary. And you have to find a way to do it in business. And I just want to say that, I talked about two different things. I talked about an authority play being a long-term play, and, sort of cold pitching and contacting people being a short-term play. I think they are both good to have in your prospecting toolbox. Because again, if you know that you have a system that can bring you in business, you never worry about projects coming in. And it also enables you to say no to bad fit projects, because it's not like, oh my God, this may be the only project that'll come my way in 3 months. No, you can just go jingle up another project super easily. And so it gives you an advantage because it allows you to say no, which builds your confidence and helps you get more quickly to the right fit clients. And so absolutely get started. If you're intimidated by the longer form piece and the authority piece, I suggest, you eat it one bite at a time, that old stupid cliche, man, how do you eat the elephant? And literally start, outline it. So what's your idea? And if you don't have an idea yet, where can you go to get one? Who else is writing or, speaking or presenting in your space that you admire? What are they talking about? Who's following them? Figure out your topic. Now, create an outline. How are you going to deliver value in that article? And just start working on it. I mean, who cares if it takes you 6 months to write? You're still going to need that piece. And and however you decide to put it out into the world. I mean, you might try and get published in a print magazine. You might try and get published online. You might publish on your own blog. You also might create, a piece. You might create a PDF that you can then use to market yourself. So I hope this was helpful. I think one of the most important things is getting started and getting out there and having a plan and getting used to talking to people about what they need and what you do. Because that's the conversation that you want to be in, and it's the situation that you want to create. Interestingly, I do a podcast called Business Badassery with my colleague Kirsty Fenton in Australia. And we just tackled this particular thing in a podcast episode from a newer copywriter who asked us, what do I focus on? There's so many things. And basically, I think the advice we gave there applies here, which is focus on the money-making activities and the practice of your craft. So money-making activities is practicing your craft because it's a project that you're getting paid for, but there's all the things around that bring you in business. And that's what I'm talking about here. And really take the time to do it for yourself. I know you've got a lot to do. This could sound daunting, but it's a step that you can take for your own security. Because if you put pieces out and people know you're there, you create a momentum and you'll get business coming in the door. So please don't put it off. I think we tend to do everything for everyone else and the stuff for ourselves last. And I think, this is something, it's not like you have to do it forever, but it's something you have to have done. So do it. Those are my sage words of advice for you today. I hope that they helped and maybe inspired you to start creating content. I can tell you personally, it took me a long time to start creating content because I was intimidated and I just really felt like, what do I have to say that's new? And I realized I didn't have to say what was new. I just had to say, what I thought. And there's plenty that I know. It may not be original, but for the person who uses it for me for the first time, it is. And that works. So thanks for watching. If you'd like to be notified every week when these videos drop, click the bell and you will be. And if you've got any questions or comments, put them below. I'll look at them all and I'll answer them too. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.